Hey everyone. Oh. Welcome and thank you for being here today. This is my first Ramadan after marriage and moving out of my parents' house in self-isolation, which worries me and excites me at the same time. I'm excited to embark on this journey, make it a little bit more personalized, but I do have a few concerns as well. Obviously, I'm not entirely alone. As I said, that I just got married about a year ago. I did vlog it. If you guys wanted to check it out, I'll leave a link up above. I live with my husband, whom I love dearly, but he does do shift work. So when he's home, I'm at work, and when I'm at work, he's at home. And the days that we get off together, usually he will be sleeping because he had worked the night before. I have vlogged my journey for the first half of Ramadan, and if you are fasting alone and you have similar concerns to me, then join me on this journey. Firstly, what is Ramadan? It is an incredibly special time for Muslims where we fast for 1 month. It is time to strengthen your faith and your relationship with Allah, build healthy habits and overcome bad ones. In Ramadan, we fast from sunrise to sunset. This includes avoiding any type of food or water or any type of other drinks, so you cannot eat during that period of time. Yes, not even water. And no, you do not lose weight. It's like a major misconception, but it's so hard to lose weight in Ramadan. Besides the eating aspect, during this time we work on our own religious reflection and aim to increase our knowledge about Islam. Ramadan is about abstaining but also giving. Before Ramadan approaches, you can research all the du'as that you should be praying, or you can learn more surahs. You can also set yourself goals. You can also research charities that you're wanting to donate to if you're able to. This is a great way to get into the spirit of Ramadan and allow yourself to feel prepared. I've already set myself goals I want to achieve this Ramadan, and I'll be working on them off camera, but this vlog is more my view and my experience of how Ramadan will be different for me this year and what I might struggle with. For example, waking up in the morning for suhoor, cooking and meal prep, probably one of my biggest ones. General health and gaining weight, music, effects of self-isolation and being alone. I will get into them a little bit more in detail, but despite everything, I am very excited and I have a very positive mindset for this Ramadan, and I want to make the most of it. So here we go. So we wake up in the morning well before sunrise to eat something because we won't be eating during the day. And this is called suhoor, and some people also call it sehri. We call it sehri, but either way it's correct. And when we break our fast, it is called iftar. I was already in routine of waking up for Fajr because my cats are an automatic alarm. Get yourselves one of these, they will definitely keep you on track. My cat always wakes up around Fajr time, like a routine, and it is actually so helpful. I wake up to them cuddling with me instead of a rude alarm. But waking up for suhoor is a different story because you have to wake up even earlier to drink, to eat, to brush your teeth. I would say at times I did struggle with this. Sometimes I was just not in the mood to eat or eat that early, but I had to remember to keep my energy levels up because I do not want to faint. Yes, I am a fainter, unfortunately. However, my parents did persist on calling me every morning to make sure I was awake for suhoor. Bless them, honestly. My parents are so loving. I am from a household where my mum had breakfast, lunch and dinner all prepared at all times. She was on top of it. I honestly don't know how mums do it. My mum made amazing and healthy meals for us every single day. It's the one thing that I actually really miss, even though she gives me food all the time and literally saves me on days, especially when I'm working. Love you, mum. After moving out, I feel like I really struggled with meal prep and cooking. Overall, I would say that I did well waking up for suhoor. It wasn't as challenging as I thought it would be. If you are living alone or you're fasting alone, it is great to have like a buddy system. And you can do this with your family where you just check up on each other at suhoor time to see if everyone's awake. I think it's a sweet and thoughtful concept that really worked for me. Hardest decision in the world for me is deciding what to cook. I'm an extremely indecisive person and this decision just haunts me every day. Also, I'm a person that starts my day off with coffee, but in Ramadan I don't have coffee because it's just not wise to have coffee at suhoor, and if I have it at night time I just won't go to sleep. I ate somewhat healthy At the start of Ramadan, mum made me some talbina and that lasted me for a few days. Some days I had oats. Sometimes I made pre-made smoothies the night before. And sometimes I just did not eat in the morning because I ate late or I ate a heavier meal the night before and my body just hadn't processed that food and I still felt really full in the morning. So I would just have some warm water with some lemon to make my tummy feel a little bit better. Dinner was a different story. Some days I cooked healthy food, I had takeout, and the good days where my mum sent me food so I didn't have to cook. We also had some special occasions during Ramadan, like my mum's birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
So pretty. Mother's Day for my mum and my mum-in-law, and also my parents' anniversary. These flowers for my sister because she technically graduated, but she's not having a graduation because of the coronavirus. Let's just say that I felt quite unwell after those occasions, also because they were literally so close together. So for about a week, we ate really badly. Overall, I feel like Suhoor was really good for me, but dinner was not so much. You know, I had days where I had no energy to cook food, and those are the good old days where I had migraine and just fried some dumplings and call it a night. I like to not have mine so soupy. The other days we cooked up a feast, which was also not on the healthy side. I don't like to eat too much around iftar time because the dinner time is so close. I just like to keep it minimum to 1 date and 1 glass of water, and then I go pray and then I have my meal. Also, it's a really good tip to do everything prior to suhoor because you don't want to wake up super early to start cooking from scratch. You want everything prepared. For example, you can make an omelette mixture at night time and leave it in your fridge. You can make like a healthy pancake mixture. You can pre-soak your oats so they are softer in the morning and easier to make. I feel like having everything in front of me at suhoor time just makes everything go efficiently. It flows better, it's a lot quicker, you get things done, so you don't have to wake up super early. Like I mentioned before, this month is not to focus on losing weight. Let me tell you, it does not work, and that really shouldn't be your focus as well. But I wanted to touch on this because a lot of us do indulge in unhealthy eating, and that does impact on our weight, on our minds, and on our stamina during Ramadan. I had already gained so much weight after moving out and not have the time to cook proper meals while I was working, and I reached a point where it was not about how I looked, it was 100% about how I felt and how my health was being affected. So be wary of what you eat. If you do eat a lot of deep fried and unhealthy foods, that will affect on how you function the next day, especially with gyms being closed during self-isolation, and the change of routine this month will definitely impact on your health. The next step really worked for me this time around. I hadn't done this before, but I got a blood test to check all my vitals before Ramadan, especially with people who suffer with low vitamin D, iron deficiency, low in vitamin B12. Where are all my brown girls at? Raise your hands. Before self-isolation, I started to feel really lethargic. I could not function after work. I would come home and crash. I would fall asleep anywhere and everywhere. I would have zero energy to do basic tasks, and I'm really thankful that my husband really helped me with just like normal housework that I wasn't able to do. He literally helps me with everything. He encouraged me to go get a blood test done. Overall, my blood test was fine, thank goodness, but I had extremely low vitamin D, which was probably contributing to me being really lethargic, but I'm glad I addressed it before Ramadan because I don't know what I would have done if I was that tired. Like, I can't even explain how tired I used to be. My body was just not functioning. I didn't want to waste my Ramadan blessings sleeping and being tired all the time. The next one is music. I know you do it too. This is a no judging zone. Music is a big part of our day. We put music on when we're cleaning, when we're cooking, when we're driving, doing homework. I used to listen to music when I used to do my maths homework and use it as white noise. I honestly don't know how I did that. Maybe that's why I'm not the best at maths. But when I feel the urge to listen to music, I listen to Nuts. And these are my two favorites, but I can't play that on my video because it will get copyrighted. And these have a beautiful melodious tone that you can sing along to. I mostly listen to Urdu ones or Arabic ones, but obviously I'm sure they will have them in your languages as well. Or you can just listen to the Arabic ones. I feel like when I listen to Arabic ones, I do pick up words and I get curious about words and I'll Google them, and that would sort of sit in my mind a little bit better. And that way you sort of build up your Arabic vocab as well. Or I listen to lectures. I thought I would really struggle with this aspect, but surprisingly I really didn't. The next thing I was really concerned about was the effects of self-isolation and being alone. I feel like you truly realize what type of person you are and how strong your faith is when you're not under your parents' shadow. There were definitely pros and cons of Ramadan being in self-isolation and being alone at home. One of the major positives was that I got to be a little bit more independent and I learned a lot Islamically. I have probably listened to the most amount of lectures this Ramadan, and I felt less rushed when praying and making dua. I really sat down and took my time. I feel like when we're praying and there's people around us and we've got things to do, shaitan sneaks up on us like, remember you haven't done your dishes? You haven't finished your project? You haven't cooked dinner yet? Everyone's probably really hungry. You have to go to work soon. I didn't have any of those distractions when I was praying. I really focused and did not rush, which was amazing. It was a really good feeling. I was just in my serenity bubble while I prayed. The negative was that I did get lonely and felt down on some of the days. I do have a lot of empathy for people who are doing this by themselves and are going through this month alone. I did a lot of suhoors and iftars by myself. It was just me and my cats and the crickets. I did focus on my YouTube a little bit more, and obviously, as I said, lectures, and try to increase my knowledge. And some other days my sister did come over and she slept over to keep me company, which was really good and it really helped. She came last night with her pre-mixed omelette. It's like she doesn't trust me to make her an omelette. It's offensive. She said I'm already in bed.
Oh my god, 8:30.
Yeah, she like prays Isha and then goes to sleep. During self-isolation, I did order Ramadan decor. I've always wanted to do decoration during Ramadan, which I've never done before. But sadly, only one package arrived because coronavirus! And I got these lanterns off of Amazon. They look so much better than I thought they would. I absolutely love them. I've got a fake candle inside of them, and I will leave a link in my description. I ordered a few other things, but they still have not arrived, which was a little bit annoying, but that's okay. There's always next year. Also, it is harder to see your loved ones at the moment, and that has affected a lot of people because many of us for our entire lives have spent Ramadan with our friends and family for iftar gathering. Love a good girls' night iftar party, by the way. But I think this time has really put into perspective for a lot of people what Ramadan is actually about. It's not about pakoras and samosas. It's really about building your connection with Allah, being humble and giving charity if you can. Overall, I feel like this month was very eye-opening for everyone, especially for myself. Obviously, there were things that I would definitely improve on next time. Like, I really want to get on top of my cooking so I don't struggle with that and I'm not stressing about it or thinking about it too much. But overall, I feel like I had a very positive experience, and to think that I was really scared for this Ramadan, didn't know how I would be. I have a really lazy side and then I have a really productive side. There is literally nothing in between, so I could have gone either way, and I am really happy that I was more towards the productive side. I always had support as well from my family, which I'm really grateful for. I really hope Ramadan was amazing and full of blessings for you guys. I hope you have a wonderful Eid as well. This is the makeup that I'm going to be doing for Eid this year, and I did film a tutorial for you guys, which I will link in the description and it will be on top. Thank you for joining me on my journey. I hope your journey was amazing as well. Stay blessed. Until next time. Bye guys. Perspective. And I was going to